Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, happy Friday. How are you all? We got a show for you today, because we're going to talk about this new song by SZA. I guess that's how you say her name. And the name of the song is called Kill Bill. And you know, as usual, I'm going to have a unique perspective. I am going to read the lyrics to the song. I wish I could play the song for you, because it has, you almost need to hear it to get the energy of it, because it's got a mellow kind of mid-tempo beat to it. It's almost relaxing. Y'all, if y'all know anything about SZA's music, all her music kind of sound like that. And it'll fool you if you don't listen to what's actually being said. So I'm going to I'm going to try to make it big. Hold on. So y'all can kind of see it. Anyways. So let me. Okay. The song is called Kill Bill. And it goes, I'm still a fan, even though I was salty. Hate to see you with some other broad, know you happy. Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving. Now that right there is the opening to the Psychosis. I hate to see you with some other broad, I know you happy. And I hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving, not riding, driving, in charge. If I'm not the one in charge of the relationship and in charge of your happiness or sadness, or if I'm not the one in charge of your emotional state, I don't like your emotional state, because without me being in charge of it, you are happy. I'm so mature, indicating that she's not. I got me a therapist to tell me there's other men. I don't want none. I just want you. Well, you should have been making them happy. You see what I'm saying? The Psychosis. This is like being a psychopath, right? I don't want none. I just want you. If I can't have you, no one should. I might delete my ex. You know what I'm saying? Delete. Y'all know why. Not the best idea. His new girlfriend's next. How'd I get here? I might delete my ex. I still love him though. Rather be in jail than alone. I get the sense it's a lost cause. I get the sense you might really love her. So now here in this next verse, she's coming to the understanding that he's not ever coming back. So conventional ways of getting your ex to come back to you isn't going to work. I get the sense it's a lost cause. I get the sense you might really love her. The text gonna be evidence. This text is evidence. I tried to ration with you. I guess she mean reason with you. No murders or crimes of passion, but dang, you was out of reach, meaning that he's not responding anymore. She can't press buttons on him anymore, make him respond, make him answer her, make him pay attention to her, draw his attention away from the other girl. This is what this verse is about. So because she's on ignore, she's on complete ignore, now this is where it has taken a deadly turn in her mind. I'm going to just get rid of you. You was out of reach. You was at the farmer's market with your perfect peach. Now I'm in a basement planning home invasion. Now you laying face down, got me singing over a beat. I'm so mature, so mature, so mature. Got me a therapist to tell me there's other men. I don't want none. I just want you. If I can't have you, no one will. I might delete my ex. Not the best idea. His new girlfriend's next. How'd I get here? I might delete my ex. I still love him though. Rather be in jail than alone. I did it all for love. I did it all on no drugs. I did all of this sober. I did it all for us. So she's saying, I'm not even under the influence of anything. Don't get it twisted. Don't give me an excuse about it. Like, there isn't going to be any defense. Once I go to trial, she knows she's going to be in jail because she knows that the text messages that she's sending is going to be evidence. And she's also saying, I'm not even going to be high. I don't even have to get out of my mind to do this. I'm going to do it sober. I know exactly. So this is going to be premeditated because I know exactly what I'm doing. So that's not even going to be a defense, whether or not I understood what I was doing at the moment or not. It's not even going to be a crime of passion because it's not even spur of the moment. It's premeditated. I did it all for love. I did it all of this on no drugs. I did all of this sober. Don't you know I did it all for us? I'll off your butt tonight. I just deleted my ex. Not the best idea. Deleted his girlfriend next. How'd I get here? I just deleted my ex. I still love him though. Rather be than alone. So we are going to stop sharing. I wish y'all could actually hear. I wish y'all could actually hear the song. Okay. The first thing that we understand out of this is an acceptable psychosis. It is being sung casually, and the melody gives it a relaxing, peaceful vibe. It's as if this is a normal reaction to the end of a relationship. This is a normal reaction to the end of a relationship. Her emotions being ignored, not being paid attention to no more, are the excuse that allows her to act in this way. She can't really be held responsible, even though she's doing everything that would hold a normal person accountable. She's not even caring about the accountability of it or not. She's not even caring about the accountability or not. She feels so comfortable to even do it that this is indicative of where we live. Because I'm going to get to a point. So her emotions are the excuse that allows her to act in this way. She can't be held responsible. Then she attaches love to the concept of deleting a black man. The Khadijah Brown lady just acted this out the other day. She just did this very thing. Thank you, 39 Dina, for kicking it off with the contribution. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I don't know. Is her real name Solana? Because the songwriters are Solana Rowe, Carter Lang, Robert Clark Bissell. Those are the songwriters. This is actually the theme song that could have been playing as that Khadijah Brown lady shot and deleted her husband in a house full of kids and in front of her mother. Thank you, Easy2878. Thank you so much. Now, if a man had been singing this song about a woman, that would be an atrocity. But before I get to the biggest part of this displays what I spoke about before, that feminism is a derivative of white supremacy. And the hallmark of white supremacy is and has always been the unimportance of a black man's life. This displays what I spoke about before, that feminism is a derivative of white supremacy. And the hallmark of white supremacy is the unimportance of a black man's life. Now I'm going to get to something. Thank you, Michael McCoo. I'm going to get to something. This song right here is an evolution of what has been playing out in music aimed at black people for a very long time. Because as shocking and as disgusting and as blatant as these lyrics are, let's not forget the evolution of songs like this. Because stuff like this, when I say like this, stuff like this, I mean the degradation and the disregard of black male life playing out in the culture, playing out in movies, playing out specifically in music. This was actually the first corruption of hip hop. This is actually the first corruption of hip hop. When hip hop first got colonized and sold out, okay? Let's really talk about it. Because we think that colonization is only something that happens from in a country, countrywide. We think it only, we don't even really understand what it is. We don't understand what that stuff is. When black men created hip hop, they were not talking about deleting each other. That was not the narrative. That was not the narrative that black men initially came up with when they created hip hop. That was not the narrative. Thank you, Philip J. Thank you, Rob Black. Said these Khadijah chicks know who to do that to. If she did that to a solid gang member, her whole family would exit. Those clowns only respect violence. Thank you so much. Then people wonder why black men side with women like Pearl. You know what? I'm going to leave that comment alone. Because I've been rocking for years. And I ain't wavered yet. One of the first corruptions when hip hop got colonized. Do we want to know how hip hop got colonized? Because they thought it was sweet. When the white folk came along and started handing out deals, making the black men who pioneered it, who created it, who refined it, who evolved it, make them the workers, not the boss. These black men, legends in hip hop, legendary. The pioneers of hip hop was black men out of the hood. And they were not talking about deleting each other. That was not their narrative. Their narrative was educating, speaking on their experiences, and a rap beef could be squashed by a freestyle rap battle. A beef could be squashed by a rap battle. Beefs was played out on wax. That's what we used to say back in the day. Put it on wax. It didn't have nothing to do with gunplay. It didn't have nothing to do with pulling up like that. That was not what rap hip hop was about. That wasn't about that. Who had the best flow? Who could keep evolving the art? Who could do it? Who had the best beats? Who could freestyle the best? Who was the best MC? Who was the best MC? And then it all starts switching up when white folk came with contracts and deals. We gonna make you the employee over something you created. We'll put you in a deal. You'll work for us doing what you was doing before we even got here. We wasn't even paying attention to rap because we thought it was stupid. Until it started blowing up, until black men started creating their own record labels, until they started organizing it, until hip hop started to be organized. They started organizing it. Now here come them people. Don't get me to start talking. Now here come them people. Oh, we can capitalize on this. Then that became the big thing in the 80s and the 90s. Rap songs about not selling out. Don't sell out. What was selling out? Don't sell your skill set. Don't give up your creative control to record companies that's gonna cut you a bad deal. And they're going to steal your content. And they're going to control what you put out and what you don't put out. Your creative control over what you say and how you represent yourself is actually going to be taken away from you. and the art will be corrupted. Something that we collectively created, we have to protect that. If it can be monetized, let us monetize it. We don't have to let them structure it for us. But it's always a group. Always a group willing to give it away. Willing to give away the recipe for the special sauce. You're supposed to keep that recipe. You're not supposed to give away the recipe to the special sauce. It's a special sauce. They can't do it. They couldn't have done that. They couldn't do it because if they had been able to create hip hop, they would have. Just like they didn't create rock and roll, just like they didn't create the blues, just like they didn't create jazz. And one of their most celebrated classical composers, Ludwig van Beethoven, was I believe black or mixed black. Stop playing. Everything they got came from us. Why am I going back into it? Thank you, T-Mac. Thank you, Motown Hemi. Said, Crimson, you're a light in the darkness of our community. Thank you for your continued work. These hyenas are truly demonic, hence their demon time MO. Thank you so much, Motown. Thank you, Marvel 318, says showing support. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chats. Thank you, Marbar approves. So I teach hip hop therapy to black youth here in Baltimore. Lesson number 1, hip means to know. Hop is to spring into action. If you know something, do something. Thank you so much. Thank you, Don Catalog. So they still can't do it. Yes, their artists have sold more individually, but they as a whole lack the creativity we keep coming up with. Thank you so much. So when we talk about music and the creation of a culture, something that completely shifted the culture, that was black men. Thank you, Anthony. Says Zaddy always sticking his greasy hands on stuff we create. And he's able to get it because we don't understand how the okie dokes happen. We play dumb. So then you had rappers back in the day selling out. Now, what was selling out? Ink, allowing themselves to be inked to a deal. Listen, De La Soul was one of my favorite rap groups. I do believe they hail from Long Island. Thank you, Phillips. That people complain about others, but then they don't support their own. That's why I ignore them. Keep cooking. Thank you so much. De La Soul, one of my favorite rap groups, y'all. Rest in peace, Plug 2. True Goy passed away recently. Rest in peace to True Goy. 3 feet, from 3 feet high and rising to De La Soul is dead to Balloon Mind State to Stakes is High. I rock with De La. Okay? The reason why De La didn't continue to truly make the kind of music to the level that they could have made was because of the deal they inked back when they first started. See, them record companies would rope those men, because we talking about young men who was teenagers at that time. We are not talking about men in their 30s or 40s during the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, mid 80s. We're talking about black men who were 17, 16, 18. They had never seen money like that before. They're not seeing that before. They didn't understand the contracts that they were being pushed to sign. So the record companies and the execs would dangle money and all of this type of stuff in their face. They know that they are, most of them were in poverty, was in the hood. So you come to a hood boy in 88 and he's 17 and you get to talking about he can have millions of dollars. All he got to do is put his John Hancock on it. He ain't got nobody to consult. He don't have money on his own to retain a lawyer that's going to read the fine print on the contract to see it's a contract for his life that he not going to benefit from. He not going to own his masters. He not going to really get nothing out of this. They're going to utilize his talent. They're going to utilize his face. They're going to utilize his music. And they're going to make money and royalties off of that in perpetuity. And he's not going to have a right to his own music. He's not going to have a right to his own image. He's not going to have a right to do what he want to do with his own talent. Thank you, Stardust, exactly why Ice Cube left NWA. Thank you. Thank you, Cultural Clinicians at Coffee on Men. De La Soul just recently won like a lawsuit to get out of them deals and to have, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, to have rights over their songs. I don't know if they got their masters. I think that they finally got their masters. But True Goy didn't live to see it. True Goy passed away from an illness that he didn't really have the money. Think about that. 3 Feet High and Rising dropped in what, 87? 88? When they were young men, 19 or so. Thank you, Stardust. James Brown was touring up to his death. Yeah. And he didn't live to see. They like in their early 50s now. Pasta Noose and them like in their early 50s. They're like 50, 51 or something like that. He passed away because he didn't have the money. I'm talking about hip hop legends. You can't talk about legendary hip hop groups without talking about De La Soul. Whether that was your speed of hip hop or not. When you talk about hip hop groups, legendary hip hop groups, you got to talk about De La, you got to talk about Tribe Called Quest, you got to talk about Wu-Tang Clan. And they was not making money off of the music they was putting out all that time. They wasn't really making a whole lot of money from their own music. That's one side of it. For the other side of the ones who inked those deals, once the record companies got in charge of hip hop, what happened to hip hop? What happened to hip hop? What became the running narrative of hip hop? See, we looking at a song right now that's celebrating the deletion of black men. But before SZA could sing it, they had black men talking about the deletion of black men in a song. I'm going to leave y'all with that. We're going to come back and cook. After these messages, we'll be right back.
First, Gamer vs. Gamer does not consider itself a game truck. To clarify, a game truck is one that pulls up to your home, opens its doors, and tells the kids to go play video games. The entire focus of a game truck is on playing video games. That's not what we do at Gamer vs. Gamer. Our entire focus is actually on celebrating your child's birthday. Only 65% of what we do is video game related. The other 35% of our time is spent on a choreographed recognition of your child's special day.
Happy birthday. Wish we were there. Sorry we missed it, but we'll see you soon. Love you.
Which includes singing, eating, special videos, and the opening of gifts. We chose to use video games as a tool to entertain children at the party, not as a substitute for a birthday party. We only advertise as a game truck because that's what the general public associates us as.
Gamer versus gamer.
Gamer versus gamer. We look forward to treating your child like the most important kid in the world on their birthday.
Hi, Gamer versus Gamer. Thank you so much for my birthday party.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. And if you or anyone that you know live in the Atlanta metropolitan area and you have children with birthdays coming up, then you definitely want to hit the link at the top of the chat at www.gamerversusgamer.com and talk to the wonderful people at gamerversusgamer.com, because more than a gamer truck, what they do is they help to provide a wonderful and memorable experience for your child's birthday party, just to let them know exactly how much you love them, how much they're cared for, and how much they're actually cherished by their mother and father and their family. So it's more than just sitting in a game truck playing games. It is an entire experience, and especially when we have points in the party where there are family messages, video messages, a time to really express to the child how much they mean to the family. So once again, if you or anyone that you know are in the Atlanta metropolitan area with children with birthdays coming up, definitely hit the link at the top of the chat, gamerversusgamer.com, and write your child a love letter for their birthday. Now, before, bam, 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 you gotta hit the like button, bam, bam, you gotta, because we have 411 awesome people who've hit the like button. Let's see if we can get the other 400 or 500 people to hit the like button as well. Thank you so much, Barry Little. So this is why the Black Manosphere is not going to go quietly into the night. We got work to do and do not care who doesn't like it. Hashtag can't stop, won't stop. Thank you so much. Thank you. DAM said, imagine being a good man can cost your life. Our brothers got it hard. Definitely do. And thank you so much. So we left off at hip hop. being bought. What's the definition of colonize? To colonize is to take control of a people or an area, especially as an extension of state power, to claim something as a colony. To migrate to and settle in, to establish a colony within. To spread to and develop in a new area or habitat. To take or make use of something without the authority or the right. I'm going to read them again. To colonize, the first definition, to take control of a people or area, especially as an extension of state power, to claim someone or something as a colony. To migrate to and settle in, to establish a colony in. To spread to and develop in a new area or a habitat. And to take or make use of something without the authority or the right. That is a colonization. To start taking over something, but you don't got a right to it. To make use of that thing or those people or that place, but you don't really have, you muscled your way into it. You don't really have a right to it. My point in bringing this up with hip hop is this. Once it sold out, once hip hop got sold out, once it got colonized, once black men were no longer in complete control of their own narrative and of their own thing that they created among themselves, for themselves, somebody else became responsible for the narrative that had a black man's face on it. And that narrative in hip hop became the deletion of black men under the guise of rap beefs, under the guise of gang affiliations, etc., etc. Hip hop has still not recovered from the murders of Biggie and Tupac. Who do you think fanned the flames of the supposed beef between them when they actually was cool? Who fanned them flames? Because no matter what they did, they couldn't settle it. No matter how they tried to come together and squash that, it wouldn't be squashed. Tupac wasn't even doing gangster rap to begin with. He was with Digital Underground. I remember that. All around the world, the same song. I remember that. He wasn't talking about busting no guns or nothing. That was not what Tupac was talking about. Tupac was with Digital Underground. Say I'm lying. Thank you, Kashinsi said, I heard the song and it sound good to the ear, but the lyric is evil. And you're right, hip hop went, in a handbasket over the years. Yes. Tupac was not talking about no gangster stuff. Yeah, Brenda had a baby, but Brenda Belly has a brain. Okay? Dear mama, come on, stop it. Then all of a sudden, get money, then he, F everybody, all them. Now he gangster. Now he on some thug life. Since when was Tupac a thug? He wasn't even no thug. But who was in charge of his image? Not him. Not him. Tupac was not in charge of his image. Thank you, Suede. Said the plan was to promote criminality and provide a steady stream of inmates to boost the American prison system and their happy shareholders. Thank you. Thank you again, Stardust. Said even Pac's image changed as well. Yeah, of course it changed because he wasn't in charge of it. He was not in charge of his own image and his own music that he wanted to put out. Not in charge of it. You gonna put this kind of music out, not this other stuff, not this political activist empowerment black man. We don't care that your mama is Assata Shakur. We don't care about none of all of that history with the Black Panther part. We don't care about none of that. You go and rap about thug life, even though you ain't no thug. Until it became just about every song you couldn't get on as a rapper, you would not be promoted, you would not be pushed forward if you was not a black man talking about how he was going to do something to other black men. You had to talk about your ops, how you was going to spin the block, how you was going to bust a cap, how you was going to run up on these ninjas and this and that. You had to talk about that, whether you was about that life or not. They didn't care about whether or not you was about that life in real life. Just so long as you was able to carry the image of that. So then you had all that gangster rap coming out of the West Coast. So my point is, before SZA's song, it has already been normalized in the culture, in our culture, in music and movies, about the casual deletion of black men. That has already been sung about. They already normalized that. That was already, and they got black men to do it. This is the danger of selling out. This is the danger of colonization, because they make you talk about your own demise. They make you celebrate your own demise. You start celebrating it because you're getting some money from it. No thought about what happens in the future from this, how this plays out biologically. Because it became acceptable. Thank you, habitual line stepper. It became acceptable culturally that we think about black men's lives in this small manner. He ain't nothing. And taking his life is inconsequential. As a matter of fact, this is what you're supposed to do with him. He's disposable. He's not even really a human being. You can just off him. You can just get out the spin the block and air him out. Just air him out. You can just do that. And ain't nobody ain't no consequences. His life don't mean nothing. We already got that ingrained since the 90s. We already got that ingrained in us, in our thinking, that black men's lives don't equate to nothing. It's nothing. It ain't nothing to take his life. Thank you, Keith. So thank you, Sister Kendra, for all your truth and knowledge you've been delivering. Also, thank you for the book. My sister enjoyed it and was very happy to get it when I gave it to her. Appreciate you, great sister. Oh, thank you so much. So a black man's life was routinely degraded and thought of as nothing. It became a part of leisure, just the thought of deleting him. Going to get your ops, then partying after, then getting all the chicks. See, all of that was associated with one another. Getting to your ops was associated with getting the bag and getting all the women, leisure, and wealth. Yes? Thank you, Joker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. This is what it has come to. This is what it has come to. With that taking the life of a black man got normalized with hip hop. When that got colonized and sold out, that was the first thing that they did. See, and I'm saying it got colonized because what is the hallmark of white supremacy? What's the hallmark? Somebody put it in the chat. What is the hallmark of white supremacy? What is the foundation of it? What is it built on? What is it built on? That where all the movies come from. It's built on the deletion of black men. That is what white supremacy, the hallmark of white supremacy is the deletion of black male life, snuffing him out, whether that be physically, psychologically, whether that be biological snuffing him out, culturally snuffing him out, or environmentally snuffing him out. The hallmark of white supremacy and everything that it really stands on is that the black man must be deleted in either of them three ways or all three ways. He gotta be. Because if he is not subjugated or deleted in some way, then white supremacy cannot stand. That is the problem. That's why the school to prison pipeline so heavily affects black men more than other demographics of men. Being in a gynocracy in the black community is of extreme detriment to black men. The corruption of the women. This is where we getting back around to SZA. Because since it's already been established that black men's lives are nothing, now anybody can take his life, including now his woman. But instead of couching it in aggression or gangs or anything like that, they confine it and couch it in love. She loved them. It was a crime of passion now. It's a crime of passion now. Now we not talking about spinning the block because he the ops from a different gang. Now we talking about take his life, and that's supposed to be some type of romantic gesture. So, but either way it go, you're taking his life. It don't matter how you dress it up. It don't matter how you dressed it up. So just like that old school hip hop get play, drill rap get play. Drill rap is like the direct line for the violence that be going on in like Chicago and stuff. Like they get on and they talk about what they gonna do and then they do it to the point where the song can be used as evidence in a trial. Do we understand that? So let's not think that music is just music and it don't have an effect, because music is part of culture. And the culture can affect the biology. And if culture and biology are affected, the environment is coming next. Now we're giving rotation, radio play to songs like Kill Bill. That further celebrate, just in a little bit of a different light, but it further celebrates what? The deletion of black men. Ending his life. Getting rid of him. Because you love him so much you can't stand to see him with nobody else. That's classic psycho stuff. That's classic psychopath. That's a psychopath every day, all day. Thank you again, Stardust, at YSL got him on RICO charges because of lyrics. We giving rotation to this evolved form where now black women can sing about it outside the confines of couching it in male aggression, like I said, and it just make it a normal course of daily action. Oh, well, you know, we broke up. They lining it up like a normal thing, because it was normal to be in a relationship, normal for relationships to end, and then normal to off a black man after the relationship end and he don't want you back no more. See, all of that's normal. All of that normal. All of that is normalized. But that ain't even the biggest kick. Thank you again, Philip J. said a little more for your consistent work ethic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Marriage Politics, and maybe Cynthia G's alleged messages being expounded upon. She's been left unchecked for far too long. Thank you so much. Thank you, Great Britain. At the end of the song, SZA says, rather be in, than alone. They're pushing for jihad and rejoicing in it. Wallahi, I'll always be against the dunya. Thank you so much. So we're moving the concept of black male deletion from anger to love, quote unquote. Thank you, Dub Will said just cuz. Thank you so much. The real issue with the song is the casual acceptance of female toxicity and psychosis. That's actually the real problem with this song. The real problem with this song, the reason why pushing stuff like this is dangerous, just as dangerous as creating a climate where black men could no longer trust one another. They could not trust one another's intention. They had to be very leery about one another, come walking up on one another and stuff like that. Black men's heads always have to be on a swivel from the next black man because it's like he could be coming up to do me. Like when I see another black man come up, I can't assume that he has my best interest in mind. When he approached me, I got to be on guard. Now, that there's one level to that where you just, keeping your wits about you in general anyway. But then there's another level to it because black men really have to watch they back or they feel. And that's what the culture has been, that as a man, you got to watch your back anyway. But if it's a bunch of black men, you got to watch your back double time. Especially if you don't know them. And sometimes if you do. You gotta be conscious of the fact that he might steal from you. You gotta be conscious of the fact that he might backstab. You gotta be conscious of the fact you gotta be conscious of that stuff. And now they're making it okay that the women get in on the act openly and freely. So while they think that you need to focus on the fact that she's talking about deleting a black man in the song, which that's very important, the other dangerous factor is the casual way in which the song is not addressing her toxicity and her being a psychopath. The psycho part of it is normalized. It's a given. And it's supposed to be okay that she's psycho. It's supposed to be cute that she's a psycho. It's supposed to be cute that she is a homicidal psychopath that could not move on with her life and took the lives of two other people, two innocent people. And that's supposed to be okay. See, we got the culture underscoring what's actually happening. How many stories can we pull up within the last 6 months to a year of black women deleting their men for just this reason? He's an ex. He was with another woman. He moved on with his life. So now she got to delete him. She going to run over him. She going to shoot him. She going to stab him. She going to delete him. And that is backed up and supported by the sisterhood, And the first question they ask is, what did he do to her? Instead of understanding that this is a psychopath right here that you're talking to and that you're dealing with, the first question they ask, well, what did he do? How can we make it where he's not really a victim, even though he a victim? How can we do that? How can we spin the story as to be where this is his fault, ultimately? Thank you again, Stardust. So don't Black widows erase their mate after mating? Yeah. See, now you have this psychosis being coddled. Now Black women are going to truly feel like, oh, that's a normal course of action. In the song, she talks about, I went to see a therapist. She told me it's other men. Yeah. Right. I know that. She already tried to talk sense into me, but I don't have no sense. The therapist is dealing with me as if she's dealing with a normal person with normal thought patterns, but I'm not a normal person with normal thought patterns. I'm a psycho with homicidal tendencies. The therapist is not even astute enough to pick up the fact that I am a psycho with homicidal tendencies, because the therapist is likely a gynocrat herself that doesn't see anything wrong with the psychosis as I have presented it in the first place. So her advice is weak. She's not really calling me out on my problematic toxicity. And not to mention, I'm probably going to therapy lying as well. It's a lot in the song. Went ahead and deleted the man and his girlfriend in the song and was good with it. Like, whatever I gotta face, whether it's the judgment of the world, which would be jail, or if it's the judgment of the Most High, which would be the fire. I'm ready to take on all them consequences. Because I'm just that crazy. The man I was with probably didn't pick up that I was that crazy. See, he picked up the toxicity, which is why he left. But he doesn't understand the depth that I'm willing to go to. Doesn't understand that. And it's supposed to be cute. It's supposed to be cute. That's the killer. It's supposed to be cute that she do this, that she feels like this. And she sings it in a pretty little way. And the voice is cute, and the song has this really nice melody to it, but she's psycho. And that is how these hyenas is going to walk away with that. Because if you go to the page the YouTube page where the song is at, like the lyrics, it's a lot of hearts in the comment section. That's the real danger. The hearts in the comment section. Ooh, this a bop. They promoting it. Black female psychosis. And taking it out in the ultimate fashion on black men by deleting them. And that's supposed to be a normal progression of things. That's supposed to be the normal progression and outcome of her emotional state. Thank you, Med J, for supporting real and beautiful sisters. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marcus. So the video begins with the boyfriend putting a hit on her, but she survives, giving her the justification to be a victim about deleting him. It appeals to those who love perpetual drama. See, I didn't watch the video. She had to put something in the video because it has to be his fault. It has to be his fault. Every time black men are victims, they can't actually be a victim. See, he has to have brought it on himself somehow. And thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you again, Stardust, and no proselytizing. However, Proverbs chapter 7 speaks on what to avoid when it comes to women. Proverbs chapter 31 speaks on what a virtual woman is. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to discuss that. I wanted to discuss it. Please forgive me if I made any mistakes on my little hip hop history lesson that I was given, because I will never claim to be a hip hop aficionado of any sort. I just know the songs I liked when I was growing up. That's all. But in any case, I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was an important topic. I want to thank everybody for their wonderful contributions. It means a lot to me that you contribute to the channel monetarily. It means a lot that you contribute by hitting the like button, that you're just here engaging. I really appreciate it, and I really love you guys, because really there is no Crimson Cure show without you and without all of the support that you give to me. So I definitely appreciate it. We are almost to 100,000, and I owe that all to you guys. So if we get to 100,000 before Ramadan is over, I have to have a pizza party after. And I'm saying pizza party, but that just means everybody get y'all snacks and stuff, and we probably have a stream where we just kicking it, and I thank everybody, and we just kind of have a loose kind of stream that's a celebration. All right, so let me see if there were any Cash Apps. Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wally. Thank you, William. Thank you so much. Thank you, MLR. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ventury. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. That was very generous. Thank you for your contributions over Cash App as well. Thank you. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hello, my Crimsonites and all of my supporters. I invite you to go and get your copy of my new book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lives of Feminism and the Road to Recovery, on sale now at crimsoncure.com. This is guaranteed to change your perspective and positively impact your life. So go ahead now to crimsoncure.com and get your copy today.